ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। First, I wish to thank the one, Ekonkar, for all the wisdom that comes through in this world, and for the amazing teachings that we receive through the many faiths in this world, and the wisdom that comes from the Guru, the Sri Guru Grant Sahib. We are aware that the business of daily life can take us away from our center, away from our soul's purpose, creating a separation from God and Guru. We are so often distracted. Our focus gets hijacked. We lose sight of what really matters, and we are subject to so many non-essential distractions in our life. As we sit in Gurdwara, we may be checking our cell phone, or we may look at somebody's beautiful outfit, be distracted by people speaking. Even we may end up speaking with somebody instead of listening to the Shabad Guru vibrating within the halls of the Gurdwara. Our mind may be judging others as they walk by to the Guru, or even judge what someone is sharing in Gurdwara. Instead of us having control over our mind controls us, and we lose focus of what is important. The Guru will remind us that at all times we need to meditate on the Lord and should chant the Lord's praises and treasure the Lord's feet in our mind and body. That is what Simran is. The Guru says, Uttya, Bedya, Sutya, Sada Sada Haranama Dhyaye, Janananak Gurmukh Hara Leye. While standing, sitting, and sleeping forever and ever, meditate on the Lord's name. O servant Nanak, as Gurmukh, you shall attain the Lord. Why are we so distracted? Why has our focus been hijacked? In the Sri Guru Grant Sahib, you will often find the Guru mentioning the term Gurmukh. A Gurmukh is a Sikh whose focus is on the Guru, on the Naam, on the Shabad Guru, on the Guru's teaching, and on the Lord. Before I go more into details about what a Gurmukh is and how a Gurmukh lives, let me talk about the Manmukh, another term that the Guru mentions in the Sri Guru Grant Sahib. The Guru says that without the Naam, the self-willed Manmukhs die in frustration. If we look at the term self-willed, we understand that the Manmukhs only follow their ego. The Manmukh is ruled by the mind, Man, and does not follow God's will, God's hukum. The love of duality has taken control over him. Maya has taken hold of the Manmukh. The self-willed Manmukhs are engrossed in emotional attachment. They are not balanced or detached. They are at a loss and do not comprehend the word of the Shabad. They have stepped away from their divine essence, from their divine soul, thus the divine creator. They are separated from the Lord, from Ekonkar. The Guru reminds us that if we are engrossed in egotism, the world perishes. The Manmukh dies and is reborn again. He continues coming and going in reincarnation. The Manmukh keeps creating more karma and often will try to influence others and then creates karma for others. A manmukh cannot achieve liberation and emancipation from the bondage that he put himself into. The manmukh is blind and cannot find the way to unification with the Naam. However, all is not lost for the manmukh. All is not lost for humanity. All we need to do is to reconnect with our divine self, vibrate to the Naam, and face toward God and Guru. Through the Shabad, we meditate on the Naam, and it is through the Shabad that we merge in truth, that we merge with Sat Naam, that we allow divine truth to vibrate with every fiber of our being. The Guru says, serving the true Guru, the mind becomes immaculate and pure. Egotism and corruption are discarded. So abandon your selfishness and remain dead while yet alive. Contemplate the word of the Guru's Shabad. The pursuit of worldly affairs come to an end when you embrace love for the true one. Those who are tuned to truth, their faces are radiant in the court of the Lord. One who subdues his mind, controls his ego, who's not subject to worldly attachment, who has come to a spiritual awakening and lives in a state of equanimity, can be described as dead while alive. Such a person has subjugated their lower instincts of lust, anger, greed, pride, and attachment, and has united with the Lord. The illusion of being separate from the Lord has to die for us to truly live. Being dead while alive cannot be easily explained, but can be best experienced by noticing how it feels to be united with the Lord while being present in the body each daily moment. We are here to meet with the True One. As we meet with the True One in our daily life, we shall not be separated from the One again. The Guru says, one whom the Creator Lord has met and joined to himself shall never again be separated. The true Creator Lord breaks the bonds of his slave. The doubter has been put on the path. His merits and demerits have not been considered. Nanak seeks the sanctuary of the One who is the support of every heart. It is through the Guru's teachings that peace is found and that the true name is enshrined in the heart. When we vibrate to the Shabad Guru and focus our consciousness on the Lord's feet, we release our bondages to emotional attachment and superficial thoughts. We allow our doubts to depart and fear runs away. The Guru says, emotional attachment to Maya is shed with intuitive ease through the Guru's teachings. Without the Shabad, the world wanders lost in pain. The self-willed manmukh is consumed. Through the Shabad, meditate on the Naam. Through the Shabad, you shall merge in truth. When we serve the true Guru, intuitive peace wells up, and ego and desire die. If the treasure of the name of the Lord abides within the mind, egotism and pain are cast away. Let us be instructed by the Guru in each moment. Let us remember to chant the Naam and vibrate to the Naam. Let the Naam trickle down through our 10th gate directly into our brain and body, and let us be imbued by the divine frequency of the Naam. The Guru says, O my mind, meditate on the name of the Lord, Har, Har. Always keep the company of the holy and focus your consciousness on the feet of the Guru. As Sikhs, we are constantly reminded to avoid falling into the pit of the 5 thieves of lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego that take us away from our divine self and alignment to our highest consciousness. So, let us learn from the Guru's teachings and learn to cast away the 5 thieves. Let us become Gurmukhs. The word Gurmukh is often translated as Gur, meaning the Guru, and Mukh as mouth. Mukh is also translated as face, and thus a Gurmukh is one who faces the Guru and whose focus is on the Guru, the Guru's teachings, thus the Shabad Guru. A Gurmukh is one who follows the way of life prescribed by the Guru. We first hear of the word Mukh as mouth in the second Sunye Puri, Sunye Mukh Salahana Manda. Listening, even foul-mouthed people praise him. And then we hear the word Mukh as face in the Japji Sahib Shlok. Jininam Dhyaya Ge Masakatagal Nanakate Mukujile Keti Chutinal. Those who have meditated on the Naam, the name of the Lord, and departed after having worked by the sweat of their brows, O Nanak, their faces are radiant in the court of the Lord, and many are saved with them. Here's another beautiful explanation of the term Gurmukh. Gurmukh means coming from the persona of the Guru, or to be in the character or personality of the Guru, and implies to be God-centered, God-conscious, and God-inspired. The higher spiritual meaning is of one who has met the Guru within and remains in the will of the Guru. The Gurmukh vibrates the divine frequency deeply within himself. Here's the tip. When you read the Japji Sahib, read it as if you were Guru Nanak. Read it through his consciousness and connection to the divine word. Read it through the personality of the Guru and see how you feel. The Gurmukh lives for truth and righteousness. Having bathed in the pool of truth, the soul of the Gurmukh is purified. Truth pervades the Gurmukh's speech. Truth bedecks the Gurmukh's vision. And truth fills the Gurmukh's actions. Truth is revealed to a Gurmukh, and fear, doubt, delusion, ego, and pride are not part of a Gurmukh's life. The Guru says, the Gurmukh obtains the name of the Immaculate Lord. Through the Shabad, the Gurmukh burns away his ego. The Gurmukh sings the glorious praises of the true Lord. The Gurmukh remains absorbed in the true Lord. Through the true name, the Gurmukh is honored and exalted. O Nanak, the Gurmukh understands all the worlds. The Gurmukhs are unwavering and not plagued by duality. They sing the glorious praises of the Lord, and they are inspired by the Guru's teachings as they read from the Sri Guru Grant Sahib. The Guru says, the Gurmukhs meditate on the Naam. The self-willed Manmukhs do not understand. The faces of the Gurmukhs are always radiant. The Lord has come to dwell within their minds. Through intuitive understanding, they are at peace, and through intuitive understanding, they remain absorbed in the Lord. Doubt is a killer of spirit. How do we remove this doubt? The Guru tells us that without the Shabad, people wander, confused, deceived by doubt, and lost in misery. The Guru says, practice truth, commitment, and kindness. This is the most excellent way of life. One who is so blessed by the formless Lord God renounces selfishness and becomes the dust of all. All that is seen is you, Lord, the expansion of the expanse. Says Nanak, the Guru has removed my doubts. I recognize God in all. I love this last sentence as it reminds us to see the divine in all. We are children of God. We are made of the fabric of this divine creation. The divine spark is found in all people and all living things. That divine spark is just waiting to be unveiled. The Manmukh has simply lost his divine spark and just needs to reconnect with his own divinity, and then doubt will be dispelled. In contrast to a Gurmukh who's rooted in mental control and brings the mind into service to the divine, the Manmukh is a person who follows his own uncontrolled mind and allows lower consciousness to rule his world. The Manmukh is the ego-centered one who has turned his face away from the Guru. The Manmukh doesn't recognize the divine as he doesn't travel inward and thus has no concept of the divine within. He is asleep and lives in an illusionary world, trapped in Maya. He is ruled by the 5 thieves and follows his mind rather than his divine soul and divine heart. Living in the illusion of Maya, we are ruled by the 5 thieves. The Manmukh doesn't realize that he lives in Maya. The Manmukh follows his mind and his lower emotions. How do we escape the bonds of Maya? The Guru says, "You have fallen under the power of the 5 thieves. Escape is only possible in the sanctuary of the Lord." So, let us abide in the sanctuary of the Lord. Let us join the Sangat, the company of the holy, to find the one Lord and escape the bonds of Maya. The company of the holy reminds us that through following the Guru's teachings, we shall be liberated. Become a Gurmukh and focus your mind on the Lord. Focus your consciousness on the One. Here's a beautiful passage. "O dear beloved mind, my friend, reflect upon the name of the Lord of the universe. O dear beloved mind, my friend, the Lord shall always be with you. The name of the Lord shall be with you as your helper and support. Meditate on him. No one who does so shall ever return empty-handed. You shall obtain the fruits of your mind's desires by focusing your consciousness on the Lord's lotus feet. He is totally pervading the water and the land. He is the Lord of the world forest. Behold him in exaltation in each and every heart." Nanak gives this advice. "O beloved mind, in the company of the holy, burn away your doubts." May we implant the name of the Lord within us and dispel doubts from within. May we conquer our ego and lovingly focus on the Lord. The Guru reminds us to restrain our wandering mind and to keep it in check. He reminds us to center our awareness on seva, on selfless service, and to focus our consciousness on the word of the Shabad. Thus we shall find peace and our emotional attachment to Maya will be dispelled. The Guru inspires us to become Gurmukhs, to have our face turned towards God and Guru, to focus our meditation on the Supreme Lord God, to focus on the Naam and focus our consciousness on the Lord's lotus feet. Wherever you look, see the Lord at the root of all things. You can do this through your imagination. Dare to imagine the Lord within all. The Gurmukh beholds the Lord, the Gurmukh speaks of the Lord, and the Gurmukh naturally loves the Lord. The Gurmukh attains spiritual wisdom and the pitch black darkness of ignorance is dispelled. Our soul yearns to meet the Lord. Our soul hungers for the divine and sublime elixir of the Lord. By drinking this elixir, we experience peace, joy, and love for our fellow traveling saints, so that we are free of anxiety and free of Maya that took hold of us. The Guru says, Jaitsri, fifth Mel, if only someone would unite me with the Lord. I hold tight to his feet and utter sweet words with my tongue. I make my breath of life an offering to him. I make my mind and body into pure little gardens and irrigate them with the sublime essence of the Lord. I am drenched with the sublime essence by his grace, and the powerful hold of Maya's corruption has been broken. I have come to your sanctuary, O destroyer of the suffering of the innocent. I keep my consciousness focused on you. Bless me with the gifts of the state of fearlessness and meditative remembrance, Lord and Master. O Nanak, God is the breaker of bonds. We must break those bonds, those shackles that we have created for ourselves. So many are bound down by greed, emotional attachment, and corruption. Guru Nanak says, through the desire, people are cast into the womb and reborn. Through desire, they taste the sweet and sour flavors. Bound by desire, they are led on, beaten, and struck on their faces and mouths. Bound and gagged and assaulted by evil, they are released only through the Naam, through the Guru's teachings. Kabirji says Kabir, the five passions argue with me, and in these arguments my life is wasted away. The false Maya has bound the whole world, but I have obtained peace chanting the name of the Lord. The Guru tells us about the Gurmukh and also tells us about the Sanmukh. A Sanmukh is a Sikh who turns to the Guru with sincere faith and whose soul abides with the Guru. A Sanmukh meditates on the lotus feet of the Guru. Deep within his soul, he contemplates the Lord. The Guru says the following about the Sanmukh. If a Sikh turns to the Guru with sincere faith, as Sanmukh, his soul abides with the Guru. Within his heart, he meditates on the lotus feet of the Guru. Deep within his soul, he contemplates him. Renouncing selfishness and conceit, he remains always on the side of the Guru. He does not know anyone except the Guru. Says Nanak, listen, O saints. Such a Sikh turns toward the Guru with sincere faith and becomes Sanmukh. As Amritdhari Sikhs, when we take Guru Gobind Singh's Amrit Pahol, we are told to focus on the Guru, the Sri Guru Grant Sahib, who is present during the ceremony. We are told to keep our eyes open, looking only at the Guru as we receive the Amrit that is thrown into our eyes, as we utter the words Vaheguru 5 times with the Panj Pyare. In this ceremony, Guru Gobind Singh reminds us that the Guru is our focus. We must not be distracted by anything else. And if we can keep this focus, we are blessed in so many ways. Remember, through the Guru's teachings, I have obtained courage, faith, and the Lord. He keeps my mind focused continually on the Lord and the name of the Lord. The words of the true Guru's teachings are ambrosial nectar. This Amrit trickles into my mouth, into the mouth of the one who chants them. The Guru says, O Mother, I focus my consciousness on the Guru's feet. As God shows his mercy, the lotus of my heart blossoms. and forever and ever. I meditate on the Lord. The one Lord is within and the one Lord is outside. The one Lord is contained in all. Within the heart, beyond the heart, and in all places, God, the perfect one, is seen to be permeating. So, when we are blessed to go to the Gurdwara and be in the presence of the Guru, let us be reminded that our focus is on the Guru as we listen or chant the Shabad Guru. Let us remind ourselves that that focus will prevent us from any distractions as we meditate on the Naam, on the Shabad Guru, and allow ourselves to be bathed by the divine word. And essentially, let us unite with the Lord at all times, not just at the Gurdwara or when we do our banis or when we sing the words of the Guru. This, of course, will be a lifelong practice. May we be gifted with this practice. The Khalsa belong to Vaheguru. Victory belongs to Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.